All right, you guys. So last video, and I hate to do multiple videos, but I think multiple shorter videos are better than one super long video and you're more likely to quit watching. Okay, so bear with me. So let's look at this problem. Okay, you may have seen it when I was clicking through problems on my last two videos. You may have seen that one fly by and why is she skipping that one? Okay, I'm skipping it because I wanted it to have its own video. So negative 12 less than 2x less than 2. Okay, this is an and problem. Okay, that's its format. Okay, so I already know that when I graph it, okay, whatever it ends up being, I'll be shading in between. So this is what I know. Okay, now I have to solve it. So I'm not going to lie. If anything causes any confusion in this lesson, it'll be this problem. Okay, that is put together this way. Okay, and I don't mean it to be difficult, but it just works out that it is for some people. Okay, you are solving one equation, but it's secretly two equations at once. Okay, you are welcome to rewrite it, and I'm going to show you that approach, or you're welcome to just jump in and solve it. Okay, and I will show you that approach as well. Okay, so give me a moment while I write down these two sets of work that I'm going to do. Okay, so this is option one. Option one is to take this and to break it into two equations. And so how do I break it? Negative 12 less than or equal to 2x, and I'm just going to use an and symbol, 2x less than 2. All right. Option number 2, negative 12 less than or equal to 2x less than 2. Okay. All right. Now, if you are somebody who already knows the minute your teacher starts saying, hey, you've got all these different ways to solve it, just from here on out, you decide, all right, I like option one. So I will solve every problem option one. That's fine. Okay. Same thing. If you like option two, stick with it. Okay. I'm not going to sit over your shoulder and say, hey, I'd secretly like you to do option two because that's the option I like. Nope, not happening. You pick whichever one works for you. That ensures you get the correct answer on your work. Okay. All right. So if I'm looking here, okay, I'm going to divide by 2 in order to get x by itself. So I get negative 6 less than or equal to x. Now, I don't like my inequalities where my x is on the right-hand side. I like it to be on the left-hand side, so I have to flip it. Now, when I flip it, I got to flip everything. So x greater than or equal to negative 6. Okay, because if you look at the inequality, you see how the open part of the inequality is next to the x? The open part has to be next to the x when I write that final answer. So there's my first answer. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to divide by 2. So I get x less than 1. Okay, and I don't have to rewrite that one. So x less than 1, and then I'm going to write and. Okay. All right, and I'll come back to the graphing part because the graphing is the same regardless of how I solve it. Okay. All right, so there's my option one. All right, and if you like that, I mean, seriously, you could fast forward through this part if you don't even want to see it. Okay, so option number 2. I'm not going to lie, this is the one I do. Okay, I know that I have to get x by itself, but I have a left side and I also have this right side. Okay, I'm just solving the same thing here. I'm just doing it all at once. So I'm going to divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here. I'm going to divide by 2 everywhere to keep it balanced. So negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. Bring down the less than or equal to x because the 2's eliminate. Less than 2 divided by 2, 1. Okay. Now, sorry, something's making my nose itch. This and this are the same thing. Okay. This answers how you rewrite this after you graph it. Okay. So let's graph it. So -6 will be over here. 1 will be over here. Okay. Doesn't matter which one I use. Okay. I know that x is going to be trapped between them. Or I can go here and say, all right, x is greater than or equal to -6. Greater than or equal to is a solid circle. I shade right. Less than 1 is an open circle. Shade to the left. So look, I've shaded in between. That's exactly what this says. X is between -6 and 1. Here's my shading between -6 and 1. Okay? So there's your solution. Pick which one. There's your graph. Okay? All right. So if I go over here, let's regenerate a problem. So we can do one more example. So -7 less than or equal to k minus 6 less than -6. Okay? All right. So if you go with option 1, you'll write -7 less than or equal to k minus 6 and k minus 6 less than -64. Okay? Option 2, you just rewrite the problem. Okay? All right, now you can solve these individually. I'm not going to go over those, okay, because I'm going to trust that once it's been broken apart, you can solve them on your own, okay? So I'm going to practice this approach for the ones who are opting to do option 2. All right, so to get k by itself, I have to add 6. To keep it balanced, I have to add it over here. I have to add over here. So -7 plus 6 is -1. Less than or equal to k, because the -6 plus 6 eliminates. Less than 0. Nothing wrong with getting 0 as part of our final answer. Okay, so if I go over here to my number line, if I have -1 here, I have 0 here, so I have less than or equal to, so that is a closed circle. Less than is an open circle, and since this is an and, I shade in between. Okay? All right, so that brings us to the end of our videos. Make sure you follow the directions on how to submit this particular assignment. If you don't have access to a printer, that's fine. You just will copy and solve your work on a clean piece of paper. When you submit, just make sure it's clear, okay? Take a good picture or use the Canvas student app and you can scan it right in, okay? If you have any questions, you know how to reach me, and good luck.